Les interviews du doc, c'est maintenant sur Vinyl Time.
Voilà les amis, c'est avec un grand plaisir qu'on va pouvoir échanger une nouvelle fois avec le très grand chanteur Robbie LaBlanc qui vient nous présenter son nouvel album Find Me. Alors Robbie LaBlanc, c'est un très grand chanteur, c'est un songwriter incroyable, un guitariste incroyable, un vocaliste incroyable. Alors il a joué dans plein de choses, il a joué dans Blanc Faces, il a joué dans East Temple Avenue, dans Fury, dans Tenors, dans Vitalines, mais ce soir on va parler de Find Me. Robbie, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. It's a great pleasure, honor to speak again with you since so many times after about the new release of Find Me. Finally, Find Me is here, and Robbie, it's an honor to speak again with you.
Oh, the pleasure is mine, brother. Thanks for having me on today. This is fantastic.
So Robbie, you're coming back again with a new fantastic new release since a couple of days right now, because it's look like a couple, maybe 10 days now that the Night Bounce is coming since the son of September. So no,
yeah,
after so many works with your brothers, Daniel Flores, you coming back with a fifth album. Wow, it's look like crazy because many people discover you maybe right now with this new one, but it's not the new one, it's a fifth one. Wow.
Yeah, we number 5. I'm really just excited that Serafino and all the the folks at Frontiers Records have let us do another one. This might be one of the better ones that we've done too. There's just a lot of different songwriters on it. We got Jim Peterick to write about 3 songs on it. Yep. So yeah, so just really excited about it. Daniel Flores worked really hard on it, and yeah, it was a fun record to make.
Ben voilà, comme le dit Robbie, alors c'est un nouvel album qui vient de sortir, il s'appelle Night Bound et il est très content parce que non seulement Frontiers voulait un nouvel album, mais il y a Jim Peterick avec lui, il y a des très bonnes chansons, c'est peut-être le meilleur album et je suis d'accord avec lui de Find Me depuis le début. Et puis Daniel Flores a beaucoup travaillé, il y a des très bonnes chansons. Voilà, ça sonne très 80. Robbie, like I said, since the beginning, I'm a huge fan of your music since so many times.
Oh, thank you.
And I discovered you since Furry, so it's a long time ago now. By the way, I see some songs like The Time Has Come, with look like the 80s songs like Journey or something like that. And I think this ending of these records with The Time Has Come is clearly what a lot of people wants to hear again from you, from Find Me, from Robbie LaBlanc. Who came the idea to create The Time Has Come at the end of this great new release, Nightbound?
Yeah, so I want to say The Time Has Come. Was that written by Alessandro Del Vecchio, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Alessandro, I can't speak for him, but I think what he was going after, and I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. That song to me is very reminiscent of a song that we had on one of our Blanc Faces albums. So really when I heard it, it had a very familiar sort of sound to it. And I go, oh wow, that's like a Blanc Faces song, So it was really fun to sing that one, and I just missed my brother. My brother passed away a few years ago, and the Blanc Faces thing, I would have loved to have another album out, but he just passed on, way too early, way too young. So I really miss him every day, I really do.
Ah voilà, il y a une superbe chanson qui termine l'album qui s'appelle The Time Has Come, qui a été écrite par Alessandro Del Vecchio, qui est très années 80, très de journée. Comme le dit Robbie, ça sonne très Blanc Face. Alors comme vous le savez, Robbie a prêté son frère il y a quelques années maintenant, et effectivement, il voulait refaire quelque chose avec Blanc Face. Peut-être que ça se fera, peut-être que ça ne se fera pas, mais en tout cas, c'est une très belle chanson dans cet album, dans Die Bands, et qui termine l'album. C'est assez étonnant d'avoir une si belle chanson à la fin. Robbie, just few words about these 11 songs coming from Night Bounce. Who was this working all together? Because you have some guests, you have some people with working since so many time with you, like Daniel, of course. Who have this concept of this new record? Because I think this is one of the most important records in the beginning of Find Me, in fact, because I see so many huge songs. It's look like so important. Your voice is so great on this album. How does you work with everybody? Because I know that sometimes it's not so easy to have everybody in the same room. But who came this idea to put to create something like Distant Lover or Savage Blue? Because this is some huge songs. Wow.
Yeah, I don't have anything to do with that. So Serafino picks a lot of the songs. You know, I'm pretty sure he picks pretty much all of them. And Daniel Flores picks some too. And I think, you know, between the two of them, they get the final tracks. And what I get sent the demo, the demo songs. And there's a lot of different singers. This new album has a lot of different writers on it. But I have some really good demos to sing to. And I just try to pretend in my own head that the musicians are right there with me, you know, and I just, you know, just go into my own little thing. Like when I get behind a microphone here in my studio, I have a really good time, and I just kind of pretend that I'm singing with the boys, you know, because, you know, Daniel used all the same band, you know, like Johnny, like, and all the guys, Ralph and all the guys. And this new album, you know, has like, you know, the like same band that we've had, you know, at least for the last like couple of records. So they're really playing very well. And when you have a really good track to sing to, that's half the battle. Because if you're trying to sing to a track you don't like, forget about it, right? So yeah, so the guys do a very, very brilliant job with the songs and getting really, really great tracks to sing with, you know.
Bah voilà, comme on le dit, alors c'était compliqué parce que tout le monde n'est pas dans la même pièce pour créer les morceaux. Il a créé ses titres, il a chanté dans son propre studio. Il a envoyé le tout à Serafino, le patron de Frontiers. Et puis, il y a eu un très gros travail pour enregistrer ses chansons. Et puis, il a pensé très fort à comment, avec les artistes, il aurait pu chanter. Et comme il dit, si on sent pas bien une chanson, ça sert à rien de la chanter. Mais en tout cas, le résultat final est quand même un très, très bon album. Robbie, what is the most different approach right now? Because like I said, this is a number 5. And what is the difference between the beginning of Find Me and this Find Me 2024?
Well, there differences mostly in the production. I think Daniel has just gotten so much better as a producer, in a mixer, in a mastering guy. You know, like, you know, all the mastering is done by him as well. I think he's just gotten so much better with that, you know, sonically, the sound of the albums is better, you know, from the first one. I like the song. Well, look, you know, when Jim Peterick writes songs on, you know, someone's record, I mean, it's like, oh my God, you know, it's a Jim Peterick song. You know, even doing the Survivor song, I See You in Everyone was one of my favorite songs, and those guys presented that to me, because on the last record I did Desperate Dreams, which I really, really liked. And I'm not trying to be Jimmy Jameson, because I can't, because he was just so phenomenal, right? So I could try to get there, but I'm not going to get there. But it's just an excuse really for singing a great song. And, you know, Peterick's such a great songwriter. So I want to say that really I mean, the material has always been really good. So the songwriters have always been good, you know, from Find Me 1 to Find Me 5 here. But I just think that the biggest difference is in the production that Daniel does. You know, this new album, I think, is a lot more guitar driven, and I like guitars. I like that big sound and Marshall sounds, and, you know, all that kind of thing.
I know. I remember. Yeah, bah, comme le dit Robbie, la grande différence alors entre le premier album qui s'appelle Wings of Love et ce Night Band, bah, c'est surtout la production, parce que les titres sont très bons, mais comme il le dit, Daniel Flores a tellement progressé depuis le début que la qualité du son, la qualité d'enregistrement, elle est très différente et que effectivement maintenant avec la technique de maintenant, ça sonne un petit peu différent. Et puis le travail de Daniel est très fort. Et puis comme il le dit, avoir des personnes qui écrivent des chants comme Jim Petrick, voilà, qui vient écrire des choses et qui vient mettre tellement de belles guitares et que Robbie adore les grosses guitares, bah, il est très content. Maybe Robbie, you have to have the eyes of the tiger right now because if he listens this interview or maybe wants to coming back later to create something new, maybe you have to fighting with Jim now. Huh?
Yeah, Jim. I met Jim once, and it was when my brother and I were out doing the Blanc Faces thing back in Germany. I think, oh my God, a lot of years ago. And Jim and I shared a ride in a car back to the hotel from the event. Ludwigsburg was the event, and
I remember.
yeah, and Jim was such a nice guy. I asked Jim, I said, hey, when you sang the song, he was in the band The Ides of March, and he had the song Vehicle, and I asked him about that, and he just said, well, that was my take on a Blood, Sweat, and Tears song. And it, made a lot of sense. But Jim was a great guy and just a hell of a songwriter. So, when I had a chance to do some of his songs on this new album, it was a real gift. It was a real gift.
Ah, voilà, vous l'avez compris. On parlait de Jimmy Petrick, comme le dit tout de suite Robbie, c'est un vrai cadeau de travailler avec Jimmy, avec parce que effectivement, ils se sont rencontrés à Ludwigsburg. Alors ça va rappeler des très bons souvenirs à beaucoup de monde en Allemagne, d'avoir pu effectivement avoir ces concerts. Et puis ils se sont croisés dans une soirée, ils ont discuté, ils ont fait de la musique, et puis ils sont très contents d'avoir pu faire plein de choses ensemble. Et effectivement, l'alchimie entre les deux est très importante. Robbie, I just open a little bit the doors of the concert because I have a chance to see you a long time ago when I was so young in Nottingham, and I remember that we passed so many good times, of course, with your brother and so on, during this festival in Rockingham, the new Firefest, I would like to say. So my question is so easy. When do you think you can coming back in Europe to play a lot of gigs?
Oh, I mean, if I get asked to play, I'll be over there. I just don't get many invitations. I hope it's not because I suck live. No, I don't know. It's I just think there's been a lot of the cost of putting these shows on, like getting me from here to the to the venue. But I don't look, I don't even want to get paid if I went over there. Like if someone asked me to do some gigs over there, and if they paid for my flight like across, I wouldn't even want any money like to play, seriously. And it would just be like an honor to play. I could probably grab some of the guys from Sweden, like to be in the band actually too. So that it'll be a lot of fun. I just haven't been asked, really. If we get asked, would love to play over there. Would love it.
Ah, voilà, comme on le dit. Alors moi, j'ai eu la chance de pouvoir revoir Robbie il y a un petit moment. C'était au Rockingham. Et puis d'autres l'ont vu à Ludwigsburg. Mais c'est vrai qu'on avait passé un excellent moment. C'est un très bon chanteur. Alors moi, la question, quand est-ce qu'il va revenir? Alors qu'il me dit, si vous me payez juste l'avion, moi, je viens jouer. Je jouerai partout. Et j'ai tellement envie de jouer que, effectivement, je suis prêt à jouer et à venir partout. By the way, maybe we have some good news coming quickly, I think, Robbie, because as you see, the Frontiers, the new festival from Frontiers, it's coming next year in April 2025. So I hope
oh wow,
Serafino have the good idea to invite you.
Oh, I hope he does. I certainly hope he does.
Voilà. Alors, comme il y a eu l'annonce il n'y a pas très longtemps, effectivement, que le Frontiers Festival allait revenir en 2025, on peut espérer qu'effectivement, on est Robbie qui vienne jouer. Maybe Robbie playing with Jim Peterick, with Tony Demander could be something that can happen, no?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Sure.
Not so bad. Not so bad. Not so bad. Voilà, oui, alors on pourrait avoir Robbie, parce que bien sûr, on parle de Jim Peterick, mais Robbie joue aussi dans l'album de Vitalines, qui est un album de Tony Dunder. Il est dans beaucoup de projets. Robbie, what is the most difficult when, as a singer like you, when you have to work, for example, with on Blanc Faces, on Find Me, maybe tomorrow is a tenors, or maybe something like Vitalines. A lot of people knows your voice, but maybe sometimes you have to share, like for tenors, you have to share some songs with some other great singers. So it's for you a challenge that maybe, for example, with tenors, you have to be at 100% high level, because we have some other guys with singing so fantastic melodic rock songs or something like that. It's very challenging for you now.
Yeah, you're damn right, because I'm the oldest one. Because I'm the old guy. Yeah. So you guys, like people singing like Jeff Scott Soto and all these guys, and Toby Hitchcock and Kent Hilly. So I'm the old guy, brother. I gotta. Yeah, it's challenging. Like, it keeps you going. It sure does.
Are you the godfather of the melodic rock singer? Maybe, no?
I might be the godfather, man. I'm going to be 65 years old. Yeah, 65.
Bah voilà, comme on le dit, effectivement. Alors la question, il y a plein de projets, et donc notamment dans Tenors, où il y a plusieurs chanteurs. Alors, je voulais savoir si effectivement c'était challenging. Oui, comme il le dit, il a 65 ans, Robbie. Alors c'est le papa de d'autres comme Jeff Scott Soto, comme Toby Hitchcock, comme d'autres qui viennent chanter sur ses albums, et c'est toujours super intéressant en fait. Maybe two questions before we ending, Robbie. Again, it's a great pleasure to speak and to take a couple of minutes to speak about Find Me. I remember when we speak. I speak for East Temple Avenue with Darren, who is located in Australia, and I know that you have something with cooking with Darren again with East Temple Avenue. So I hope we can have some new songs together with Darren. I think, no, you're working a little bit for this new avenue.
Yeah, it's been a little challenging. I just lost my mother.
Yeah,
my mother passed away. She passed away about 6 weeks ago, and so it was, she was sick for a while, and it really took a lot of my time. Like between my work.
Yeah.
And I live in Delaware, and my mom lived in Connecticut, so all the travel back and forth to see her. It was really challenging to get a lot of music in. But yeah, Darren just sent me something new, on my email. And then as soon as I get back, I go to Key West, Florida next week, for business. And then I'll get back in the studio, and I'm going to knock that song out for him. I don't think the East Temple Avenue thing's going to work anymore, but, maybe doing some more stuff with Darren, in the future is going to happen. And working on this really cool thing with my buddy Alan Friedman called Cannonballs. And that was a thing that we started some years ago. The first one with, Vince DiCola, was in the band. Doug Wimbish from Living Color played bass on all of it. And Jonathan Mover was on the drums. This new thing, we just cut the tracks for Cannonballs back in December of last year, and so we've got Leland Sklar, is on bass.
Wow.
With the big beard, fantastic. And we've got again Vince DiCola. We have both Alan and I will play the guitars, and we're hoping to get maybe Alan's pretty close with Steve Lukather, so with the help of God, maybe Alan could call Lukather to play a solo or two on our new album. So
wow, it would be great. It would be great. Now you have to invite Jim, Tony, Steve. Wow, it looks like
we're hoping for Lukather. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But I think he have a lot of gigs coming with Toto, so I'm not sure he have a lot of facility. Oh, we lost. And of course, like you said a few seconds, so we have a lot of projects. You speak about East Temple Avenue, with maybe ending right now. So, comme le dit Robbie, on était en train de se dire qu'il y avait plein de projets. Donc, il y a peut-être du travail avec Steve Lukather, peut-être des travaux avec Cannonball, un nouveau projet, peut-être plein de belles choses qui arriveront. Il y a voilà, vous avez compris, Robbie est un homme quand même très, très demandé et puis on a hâte que sa voix revienne. So I just said, I hope your voice is coming back very, very soon and very well. And I hope we can share a lot of music. Before we ending, Robbie, because I really appreciate the time that we passed together, and I know that you have some issue with your voice today. Do you have some French words? Do you know some French words right now? Because you have to share something to the people with this, living in Paris. Maybe do you share some bonjour, au revoir, or something like this? No?
Oh, sure. Merci beaucoup on all of your support. Merci beaucoup on all of your support. God love you all. I don't know how to say that in French, but God, I like have like French Canadian, like my dad was from Canada, and I don't know very much French at all. And I studied it in high school, and brother, I forgot everything that I ever learned.
Okay.
Like maybe I remember, ouvrez la fenêtre. Just open the window. I remember that, or
Robbie,
that's about it, man. But
thank you so much. So maybe just do you have some words for the French listener right now who have maybe discovered the last release of Find Me, Nightbound?
Well, the last words I just want to say, it just means the world to me that, excuse me, that people care about the record, and I'm just pretty honored, and I'm grateful to be on your show, and very honored to be on your show. And I just can't thank the people that go out and buy the CD. I just want to thank them all, and just want to thank them for all their support, because without them, there's no Find Me. So I just want to make sure that they know how much I appreciate it.
Robbie, thank you so much for your time this afternoon for you, this evening for me. And cross finger for Find Me, for the rest of for Vitaline and some other stuff who is coming. And of course, I hope 2025 I can see you again on stage somewhere in
I hope so too.
In Sweden or in Italy. I don't know, but I hope to see you next year somewhere on stage. Cross finger.
Okay, okay, buddy.
Thank you, Robbie. Have a nice day, a nice weekend, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you, my friend.
Thanks.